Hello, everyone, and welcome to our exciting esports event, the Ultimate Smashdown. I'm your host, Anders Jorstad, and tonight we will see 6 contestants battle for the right to call themselves Super Smash Bros. Champions. The winner will be awarded a $100 Visa gift card courtesy of the Ultimate Smashdown team. This event is presented by the RTVF 165 class in conjunction with the Hofstra Esports. Now let's take a look at what happened back at the qualifiers, which took place on Friday, February 23rd.
On February 23rd, 26 contestants entered the qualifiers for the Ultimate Smashdown. Through many struggles and conflicts, 6 players managed to rise above the rest. These challengers have come up today to find out who will win it all. Will they crack under the pressure? Here are the 6 that made it to the Ultimate Smashdown.
Hi, my name is Tim, my tag is Triffle, and I'm in Ryu and Cloud.
He goes for the wake up DP, just not getting it. Oh my goodness. That is why Ryu is the best character in the game.
My name is Dan, my tag is Zavala, and I dual main Mario and Rob.
My name is Alex Roofer, my tag is Bebop, and I main Luigi.
My name is Marlon, my tag is Malai, and I main Pit and Corin.
Hey, my name is Mark Pettit, the tag's Mac Chi, and I main Mewtwo.
Hi, my name is Mike Punge, I main Sheik, my tag MVP.
So now that you know the players, let's go to our in-game commentators, Daryl Baker and Sean O'Hare. Guys?
All right, thanks, Anders. So here we have our first game of the night, Tim versus Marlon.
Now, the impressive thing about this is that Marlon has an impressive 3-0 set count over Tim. So definitely Tim is the underdog coming into this match. It's going to be very exciting. With the characters they play, it should be a very, very crazy set. What are your closing thoughts, Daryl?
Well, just about that. We're really excited to see what's about to unfold tonight. The stage has been set. Let's get into the game. All right, so we have the first game on Town and City. Very neutral stage. The only one platform slowly moving. Doesn't heavily favor either player.
Yeah, the crazy thing about this stage is that most players regard it as Starterville, as it's the place where most Smash players will traditionally start their sets. Marlon going with his trademark Corin, which he has recently actually traded in. He used to be a pit main, but in order to have better results, he switched to a better character. And Tim coming out with his Ryu.
Yeah, both players just slugging it out at the moment. Very even game so far. Both players trying to get in there, get the upper hand over each other.
Oh, no,
Ooh,
wow.
very good patience on Marlon's part.
A lot of short Yukins coming right out from Triff. He just can't seem to get any of them going so far. Marlon doing an excellent job, though, controlling space with his Instapins.
Yeah, Corin being a very unique character in that aspect. Her side B allows her to instantly throw out this lance that can pin itself into the stage.
Right now we're seeing Tim trying to regain stage control. If he gets one up tilt, he can confirm it into his killer move, which is the true Shoryuken.
But Marlon very smart with that spot dodge timing. Going to avoid that kill option from Ryu.
Ooh, we're going to see a down throw here. Yes, we are. Not going to quite do it just yet. A little more percent needs to be tacked on before Marlon can get a kill.
Got the balloon for good luck. Ooh.
Yeah, he's
Marlon
just going-
very good with avoiding these shurikens.
Yeah, he's just going in with these Shoryukens quite a bit and just can't seem to get it. Tending to fish a bit here. No tech. Unfortunate. And the come on taunt. Triff feeling good.
The tech was not there, and Marlon did not have his jump.
Excellent
lose his
job
first stock.
jumping out of that right there by Tim. He knew if he stayed in shield, it would have broken. That would have been a guaranteed kill for Marlon.
But Marlon not out of this by any means necessary. Just needs a solid hit to secure this first stock.
And
Like
there you
that.
go. Commentator's curse, as it's known as. Once a commentator mentions something, it just happens on screen.
That bit is unavoidable. It happens way too often.
And right now, fresh stocks for both players right now. Marlon doing an excellent job getting that first insta-pin right there. Ooh, nice little beginning combo, but yeah, both these players just carefully playing footsies, trying to get one hit in so they can begin their punishes.
Yep. Ooh, focus attack. Gonna be a heavy punish there.
I can see why he went for the down air there, because focus attack needs to be broken by 2 hits. Yep. Instead, only 1 hit came out, and Marlon ended up getting slugged just because of that.
For those of you who don't know, Ryu's down B, focus attack can take any 1 hit no matter how strong. But the second hit, no matter how weak, will break it.
Now Marlon in a very dangerous spot here. Once Ryu accumulates what is known as rage, which happens when a lot of damage is tacked onto your character, the amount of knockback they can deal on the other character is increased tenfold. So Ryu is becoming like a ticking time bomb, just ready to explode.
Yep, the more damage you do Ryu, the scarier he becomes.
Pretty much, as Marlon's nearing a kill percent right now, one true Shoryu can confirm might be able to do it. Marlon desperately trying to find some sort of semblance of spacing here. Another DP coming out by Tim, not gonna get it.
Ryu's so scary at being able to confirm into his kill options.
And both these characters just trying to find their kill options right now. It could be anyone's game at this point, Darrow.
It's very close right now. But Ryu definitely has to struggle a little more to get in with against Korin's ranged moves and that sword.
Yeah, Marlon right now trying to look for either a back air or an up air coming out, as those are Korin's finishing moves when Ryu approaches these percents. However, Ryu has the touch of death right now. If he gets one fingertip on Marlon right now, it's going to spell curtains for him.
Very strong trade.
We like to call that a Dragon Ball trade, as both characters just fly everywhere.
But both... Ooh, no punish on the Dragon Lunge.
Yeah, Marlon's gonna have to watch those insta-pins there, because if Korin does them unsafely, she has a considerable amount of end lag that can be punished.
That back air is gonna take it.
Yes!
Ooh.
Game 1 going to Tim.
Just as you saw there, folks, rage coming into the factor there. Ryu at 137%. Definitely helps to secure that stock.
And the interesting thing about Marlon right now is he's actually sick. As you may notice the face mask that he has on right now. Came ill very recently, but was able to make it out today. That was a stroke of luck there.
Yep, we're glad to see that he could make it out. Everyone's very excited for this. But now we're going into Game 2 on Final Destination.
That's right. Final Destination, known as a purely neutral stage. The stage is actually completely flat, so no platforms for Marlon to really navigate around too much. I actually like this stage a lot for Ryu as well, honestly. Just given that it's up to him, he has to get the hits in, and there's no really running away for Marlon to be doing here.
Yep, Ryu can definitely keep his opponent as close to him. They can't escape the platforms to run away. And as we can see, but Marlon definitely has the lead so far in this first stock.
Yeah, very nice lead out from Marlon early. He's being a bit more patient with his insta-pins, and he's using them a lot more safely. Kind of using the retreating hit of it to sort of wall Tim out. Oh, he's got him off stage. Not gonna quite do it just yet, though.
Marlon definitely fishing for these insta-pins.
He's feeling a lot more comfortable on the stage. I can already see it throughout his play. Ooh, no Triff trying to get an opening, but that quick back here gonna come out.
Ooh,
and
is that gonna take it?
No, not just yet.
Not
That
yet.
actually doesn't have too much knockback. It just stuns you a little bit.
It also wasn't fully charged.
Great job catching him on ledge right there. Not gonna quite get it, and he makes it back. Excellent job by Triff by...
Very good patience in that recovery.
Yeah, he went low, so he didn't get hit by the dragon wings.
Great recognition by Tim to shield the insta-pins. Do not drop shield earlier.
The scary thing is, though, Tim is at very, very high rage, and if he touches Korin once, Korin's gonna explode, and that will be doing it, yeah.
Rage coming into the factor once again. Very potent tool for certain characters.
As we
like
mentioned
Ryu.
earlier, Marlon possesses a 3-0 set record on Triff right now, and he's poised to take this entire set and secure himself a spot in semifinals of this tournament.
Tim definitely came out here to play tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, and he makes it back. Ooh. That would look so weird from Korin's insta-pin. It was like in the air, and that is gonna do it, yeah.
Up throw gonna take that first stock. Once again, very even game.
All right, so yeah, back to the neutral exchanges for both of these players. Tim finding out that his back air is being the deciding factor here. So he's managed to go like 10 for 10 for each back air he's just been throwing out.
Back air is a very potent move that Ryu has, and while it doesn't really confirm into much, it definitely can beat out Corrin's insta-pins.
It hits very hard, and when spaced properly, it's actually incredibly safe on shield to the point where sometimes it can't even be punished.
Also, Tim definitely using these neutral airs a lot more.
Things aren't looking good for Marlon, though, as he's desperately just trying to find some way to tack on this damage. Trick has just not been able to give him any openings whatsoever.
And Marlon doing his best to take this to a game 3, because these first 2 games are best of 3.
You can see how tense it is right now. Marlon just carefully trying to dance around all of Tim's attacks right now. Ooh, but he's even up actually very considerably.
Very good insta-pin after that fast fall back air.
Now this could be anyone's game if Marlon manages to secure a tipper or something of the like. We'll be able to secure this last game. Is that going to be it? No!
Oh, not just yet.
Excellent DI by Tim right there.
Marlon hanging on for his tournament life.
Oh! And Scruff McGruff taking a bite out of crime right there as Marlon will secure that game 2 and move us into game 3. Wow, that was a comeback for the ages. Yeah, it looked like he was on his last legs right there.
They definitely didn't know who was going to win that game, but Marlon not ready to be out of this tournament just yet.
Oh. Wow, okay, so I could see this definitely, even though he barely squeaked that game out, this is Marlon's original main, and it's definitely a comfort pick for him. He's a lot more skilled with this character, and it's gonna have to be a mix-up that Tim did anticipate, but may not be ready for.
And the competitive scene, you don't see a lot of pits, like, at all.
And I'm digging the blue Dark Pit. I've actually never seen that skin on Pit before, and it looks like a Raven.
Yeah, Dark Pit has some very nice skins as opposed to Pit. But, for those of you who don't know, there are very few differences between Pit and Dark Pit as characters.
Only a few moves in their kit differing from the original character. We are taking this to Lilat for game 3, and the nature of this stage is with punish. If you miss a move on this stage, given its tilting and positioning, you basically open yourself up to a lot of punishes that can be done by your enemy.
And Marlon's this playstyle, especially with his pits, are to punish his opponent's landing options.
Yeah, Pit,
which he has mastered very well with these characters.
In a game that's very, very wacky, Pit and Dark Pit both together thrive heavily off of fundamentals. There's not really too much crazy stuff in their kit. They just have to thrive off of pure skill, finding openings in neutral, and just chipping away at his opponent until he can get the kill.
Up in here we have Marlon punishing, he whiffed the punish on that one.
Yeah,
but trying to keep him off stage as much as possible.
Went slightly above the ledge there, couldn't quite get that punish, but things are still even as can be. Ooh, not gonna quite.
Very good shield by Marlon.
Wow.
Ooh, Electroshocker side B. Gonna take that first stock from the middle of the stage.
Yeah, like I said, just getting that whip punish. Tim very eager to be throwing out most of these Shoryukens right there. He might have to tone that back just a bit. Ryu needs to get that confirmed most of the time, and I think Marlon's been able to catch on to it at this point.
For those of you who don't know, Shoryuken in this game has invincibility if you input it correctly, and right there you saw it use to its best of its ability. Now take that stock.
Now this is it for all the marbles right here, as this is the final game and final stock of this set. Whoever wins this will be going on, and the loser will be going home with nothing in their pockets. But shame and disappointment.
Both players do not want that to happen, and they are duking it out.
Right now, as you can see, like, Marlon's been dashing in and out quite a bit, trying to find his opening. He's either going to be coming in with a grab or a dash attack to just knock his opponent off of his feet. Pit's down throw leads into a forward air, which is pretty much his startup combo. But other than that, he doesn't have anything really too crazy in his combo kit.
Yeah, definitely a difficult matchup for Pit, because Ryu's moves just outclass most of his.
Right now, Tim trying to find some sort of opening right there, nicking the stanky leg right in his face right there as he nails that back air.
Yeah, these back airs have definitely been coming very clutch for Tim in this set. But Marlon striking back with his own back air.
Wow, just charges in there with that forward throw, and now he has Tim off stage. Wow,
another forward throw.
Another one, as DJ Khaled would say.
Wow. Are we going to see a third? And a third. Eventually, that will kill on the ledge, but if you use a move too many times, it will get stale and be less effective.
And just the raw Tatsu coming out. Marlon doing a very great job of keeping Tim at bay on the ledge, but he has fed him rage. Marlon off stage now. He's going to have to find his way back.
Okay. That was very scary when he didn't snap to the ledge on that first recovery.
Marlon just being super careful to dance around Tim's shield right now. Tim just needs one little up tilt. And the electro shot coming out. Is that going to be it? And that is it. Tim takes it. Marlon getting a tad antsy there at the end. It's going to do him in.
Very well fought match between both players. You definitely saw that whiff side B on Marlon's part. Definitely lost him that game there.
As you can see, I guess the nerves may have gotten to him, and unfortunately that last attack was going to be his last for the entire set. But finally getting a set on the board in Tim, moving his way onto semifinals of this tournament against his opponent, I believe Dan he's facing. So,
all right, and with that, back to you, Xanders.
Thank you, guys. Here we are with Tim, who just had that terrific victory. Tim, what were you thinking going into that match? What was your strategy?
I definitely was, as the commentator said, never beaten him before, never even taken a game, so I was looking to try to change that. Just playing really patiently, not getting too antsy. Marlon's a really great player and is going to punish anything unsafe if I do, so I was making sure to try to avoid that as much as possible.
Seemed like you were even more comfortable when there was more damage on your character. So what were you kind of thinking in those moments?
I mean, yeah, Ryu is a great comeback character, and myself as a player, I love to try to get people on the back foot. I'm really comfortable with playing from behind, so definitely just being comfortable with damage on me, not trying to play any differently, just being patient and looking for those openings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you guys, Daryl and Sean. We'll be back with Ultimate Smashdown right after this.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
And welcome back to the Ultimate Smashdown. Before we head to our next game, let's check in with Zach Jordan and his team of panelists.
I'm Zach Jordan. I'm here with my fellow panelists, Frank Gajon and Reggie Paul. We're here to discuss the events of tonight, analyze matches, and maybe even make some predictions or talk about strategies for later on in the night. So, interesting games we just saw there, gentlemen. First up, what are your general thoughts?
I think Tim started things out rather antsy, but by the time the match ran into Game 3, it seemed like he really ironed out a lot of bad habits.
Definitely. Going into Game 1, he did a lot better. That was probably some of the best I've ever seen him play. He came in with a game plan. He said he'd never beaten them, so he definitely studied the matchup.
Yeah, for sure. We saw a lot of good stuff there. I think that the biggest issue Tim had early on was doing a lot of unsafe landings on shield. He improved that a lot, though, toward the end.
A lot of his decision-making as the set went on, it seemed like he was looking more less for the kill, more for just surviving.
Yes, definitely. He also played a big factor of Ryu's kit, and that being Rage, and using the Shoryuken to kill Pit at early percents and allowing him to get that victory.
Yeah, I think that Frank, you brought up a great point, how Tim just focused on surviving, which is really important in that sort of matchup, because Ryu is a character that can work very well with Rage, as our commentators discussed earlier. But yeah, I think that's going to be about it for now. That's all we have to say for now. Let's jump back to our host, Anders Dorstead.
Thank you, Zach. Now, if some of you are new to the world of Super Smash Bros., you're in luck. Our color commentator, Daryl Baker, has a helpful guide on what it takes to play like a champ.
Oh hey, I didn't see you there. My name is Daryl Baker, and welcome to Smash 101, where I take some time out to teach you guys the basics of Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Wii U. The object of the game is to beat your opponent. In order to do that, you have to make them lose all their lives by knocking them off the stage and off the screen. To make this a little easier, every attack you deal to your opponent deals them percentage. The more percentage they have, the further they fly off the stage. Take some time out to learn the characters that you're playing. Just because two characters look alike doesn't mean they're the same. For example, the Mario Brothers.
While the Mario Brothers look very similar, their moves are in fact very different. Luigi likes to kill players downwards, and Mario wants to kill players upwards. Play around with all the characters and see which one you like the most.
And don't forget to keep it simple. I know it's very tempting sometimes to want to press all your buttons, do all your cool attacks, but it's very important to be patient. Wait for your opponent to do something, and then react accordingly. And while every character has a lot of really cool attacks, it's important to remember to defend yourself. You can activate your shield by pressing the R button or the L button. While your shield is a very important tool, don't use it too much, because if you hold it for too long or if it takes too much damage, it will run out and it will break. Then your opponent can get a very strong hit for a lot of percent. We don't want that happening. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. My name is Darryl Baker, and thank you for joining us for Smash 101. Enjoy the rest of the Ultimate Smashdown.
All right, so now you know a little bit more about the game itself. Let's check back in with our commentators before we start the next match.
All right, thanks, Anders. All right, so we have our next match, Mark versus Mike, and a little bit of Hashira background. These two have played against each other a lot, and actually they are currently dead even, both having won 3 games against the other.
Yeah, funny that you mentioned that, Darryl. It appears we have such an even matchup between these two, and both their characters also have pretty even of a matchup as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how each of them deals. Looks like it's just going to be a battle of raw skill here. Let's see how it goes.
All right, let's get into this first game. All right, so we are most likely seeing Mewtwo versus Sheik. Yep, as expected, and we are on Battlefield.
So Battlefield, really good stage for Mewtwo, actually. Pretty good for Sheik as well. Given how big the blast zones are and how high the ceiling is, it's going to be very, very hard for Mark to be able to find his kills off the top. But Mewtwo thrives very heavily, especially off stage.
Yep. And on Mewtwo's tail being such a very strong tool, can cover so much space, can cover the platforms. But Sheik, also very quick.
Now, Sheik is a character that thrives very heavily off of every single... Oh, is that going to be it? Yes! The footstool coming out from Mark. Mark taking that first stock.
Mark stealing that first stock with that footstool.
He literally reached into Sheik's pocket, took the stock out, was like, all right, this is mine now. See you later.
For those of you that don't know, in this game, a footstool is when your opponent steps on your head, and for a certain amount of time, you cannot act or do anything.
And I don't know if anybody noticed, but Mike died at 0% there. A fresh stock just knitted off, basically starting the entire game with just only 1 stock. Mark, though, he has been getting pummeled quite a bit here. Hasn't been able to win his neutral exchanges, but if he keeps thinking in the moments like that, he can just get these clutch plays.
Yep, Mike definitely not out of the woods just yet. Gonna take that first stock. Definitely has been definitely outplaying Mark for the majority of this game, but Mark, being such an opportunist, seeing that opportunity, let's see if he can do it again.
Given how big body Mewtwo is, it's easy for Sheik to link a lot of her combos and rack up a ton of damage super quickly. Although you won't be seeing Sheik killing too early, but with the way Mike is playing right now, I have no doubt that he'll be able to wrap up these stocks pretty nicely.
And Mewtwo being a very interesting character who is rather large, but also very light. So while Sheik typically can't kill other characters as early, she will be able to take Mewtwo stock a little earlier than expected.
Seeing things to be a lot more dead even here as he makes it back. Yeah, Mewtwo having an immaculate recovery, and Mark has been making sure to hang on to his jump every time. Excellent teleport right there to just get him out of danger at the last second there. I'm liking the walks back and forth by Mike. He's doing a really good job of waiting for Mark to whiff a move and then punishing accordingly.
Yeah, both these players definitely very familiar with how the other plays. Can notice their habits, catch their landing options, punish things accordingly.
You can definitely see that with their set record as well, that these two are constantly just trying to figure out new solutions to each problem they have. It seems like Mike is taking the neutral wins a lot more, but Mark is just tacking on the finishing blows a bit better.
Ooh, good chase with that dash attack.
Mike off stage right now, trying to hit again with that down air, not gonna quite do it, and the vanish to take it! Oh my gosh, that was an excellent read right there from Mike, wrapping up that game 1 in flashy fashion.
Very job from Mike, noticing that Mark was going to air dodge and punishing accordingly.
Yeah, he just took that first stock off, and in the critical moments, as he was at a complete deficit from the very beginning, managed to claw his way all the way back.
Yep, and now we got to see where these two take it next.
I think I saw them run it back to Battlefield, so both these two are very comfortable on this stage.
Battlefield again, both players knowing that it was close, that either one of them can take it, and neither of them having a problem going back to the stage.
Improvements I could see Mark making, probably air dodging a tad less. He just seems to be doing it so much, and Mike is getting such an accurate read on it that he's able to make his punishes count a lot more.
The Mewtwo traditionally having a very good air dodge because his hurt box completely disappears because he teleports, as you just saw.
It's also very hard to keep track of as well. It's really easy to see your opponent air dodging, but when they just vanish into thin air, that's when things get a little hairy.
But for someone like Mike, who is very familiar with this matchup, he can definitely punish accordingly.
As we see here, very even game occurring right here. Both of these characters not wanting to overcommit in fear of getting a huge punish. Mewtwo can actually link a lot of damage on as well. Oh, and that grenade is going to get punished.
But Mike definitely doing very well with his Nidos, his neutral B, which is his projectiles. Excuse me, I was not expecting that sweet spot up smash to take that first stock.
Yeah, the Diamond Cutter going to be taking Mark's stock out a lot earlier than he wanted, and Mike just seems to be running away with this game too. Mark's going to have to make some adjustments quickly, or he's going to be seeing himself out of the tournament.
Yeah, but this is where Sheik shines. Sheik gets that one kill and just runs away if it has all the momentum on her side. And Mike definitely taking advantage of that.
Oh, and that tail whip coming out right there. Not going to quite nail it just yet. As you can see, Mark throughout that Shadow Claw, and he's going to take out that first stock right there off of Mike.
Very good forward air off the shielded bouncing fish.
The thing against Sheik is that you want to trade a lot, and you want to make sure you're winning those trades favorably. Now that they're on even ground with their stocks, it's going to be a lot easier for Mark to be able to wrap it up. However, so much damage has been tacked on by Mike already, it's going to be hard to tell if Mark can really do it.
Sheik being an extremely fast character and can hit very quickly, but each individual move doesn't do too much. But once again, when she has all that momentum on her side, it's very hard to come back from that. Ooh, Mike going for it again with the vanish attempt.
I like these trades a lot from Mike. He's just trading blow for blow right now with Mark, attacking out so much damage. Mark now nearing the critical percent, and that is going to be that whip disable might have been a misinput, and that is going to wrap up this set right there. Mike's going to take a 2-0 over Mark in convincing fashion and breaking the even set record now.
Yep, and now Mike is 3-2 above Mark. And Mark is out of the tournament, unfortunately. But very close 2 games from both contestants. That's about all we have for right now. Back to you, Xanders.
Thank you. We're joined by the victor of this match, Mike. And you guys were so close. You guys have played so much. What made that match swing in your favor so well?
Honestly, I really don't know. It's just we know each other so well. We hang out outside of Smash. We play Smash a crap ton. We know each other's habits, so just who can adapt better.
Seemed like after that first stock got taken from you that he was going to run away with it. How did you adjust after that one to kind of help yourself out?
Well, I know what he likes to go to, so I just played safely and just not get baited by whatever he wants to do.
Once again, that's Mike. Thank you and congrats.
Thank you.
And now we'll be right back with more Ultimate Smashdown right after this.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Welcome back to Ultimate Smashdown. It's time to check back in with our panel. Over to you, Zach.
Thank you, Anders. Well, we already know who is going to participate in the semifinals. You've got Tim moving on, and Mike as well, plus Dan and Alex, who are the highest ranked players in the qualifiers, so they got a bye, and they're going to be playing next. Not with each other, with the people that have already won. Anyway, with the match we just played, what do you guys think, your general thoughts going on?
I was a bit worried for Mike at the start of the match after a very impressive kill from Mark. However, he picked up a lot of momentum very early.
Yes, he got footstooled at 0%. He dealt a lot of pressure, and I'm glad he was unfazed by that. While dying at an early percent, a lot of players tend to crack, and he just kept composure and managed to take game 1 and 2.
Yeah, very impressive mental state. I think as well, there was a lot of good work done in terms of taking advantage of Sheik's good aspects. But anyway, it's going to be all we have time for. Thank you for tuning in. Let's check back in with our host, Anders.
Thanks, Zach. Our semifinals are right around the corner, but before we get to that, let's take a moment to learn about the two contestants in their next match.
My name's Dan. I'm a senior at Hofstra University. I'm a speech pathology major, and I love playing video games. To get through the qualifying match, I actually ran into a couple of obstacles. So first was my opponent, president of our esports club, Tim Daigle. He's such a fun guy. We have a little rivalry going on here and there. He was just playing out of his mind. I beat him the first game. He switches off his character Cloud and goes to Ryu because he's a big Street Fighter guy. And he beats me game 2, and then I switched to Donkey Kong, one of my mains, a character that I feel like could handle Ryu better, but doesn't really win the matchup. I was confident in my skill, but I actually lost to him. The crowd was going nuts, you know, everybody was going crazy. Oh my god, like Tim, because Tim plays primarily melee. He beat a guy in me who just plays Smash 4. It's like a crazy upset, so the whole crowd was going nuts. I'm really excited about this top 6 bracket. Like, I love competing, you know, I'm one of those players, if I lose, yeah, I'll be upset, but I'll always give my friend a hug or a smile, be like, hey, good job, you know. I try to take the loss really well, but I'm excited.
My name's Tim. Tag is Triffle, Triff Money, Triff Equity. It changes every week. I like playing around with it. I kind of got into Smash 4 for fun because so many people here play it. I got into the scene with Melee. So that's always been like my main game. I play it on Long Island. I'm hopefully going to be power ranked in it this season for Long Island. It's a very grassroots movement. Like lugging the old TVs around. Like the game's been out since 2001. Probably Ryu is my best. He's really unique, unlike any other character in the game. I think it makes him really powerful and he's just a lot of fun to play. I was the clear underdog. Dan's our #1. In order to be able to take him to game 3 and then come back and beat his Donkey Kong, a character I've never been able to beat all the time I play in tournament. I have a message for the Hofstra Smash 4 community. I'm basically the joke. I'm the melee guy who comes in and talks trash and kind of gets 9th at your tournaments. Well, here I am at top 6. I just beat the #1 player, and I'm coming for everyone else March 5th. So you better watch out because Triff Money is not leaving any survivors.
All right, now that we've gotten to know our participants in our first semifinal match, let's send it over to our casting team, Daryl and Sean.
All right, thanks, Anders. So, as already mentioned, Tim's definitely the underdog in this matchup. Dan having won against him 2-1 in the past.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tim, definitely the underdog, as you said previously. But he has done it before. He can do it again, and he has the character to do it. It seems like Dan's going to be starting off with Rob. Tim's going to be starting off with Ryu. So it's going to be a very interesting dynamic. I don't know how familiar Tim is with Dan's Rob, how many sets he's taken, how experienced he is, but we're going to see what happens.
All right, let's get into this game. All right, just so you guys know, ladies and gentlemen, the games from here on out are best of 5s.
That's right, so whoever wins 3 games first is going to be the one who is proceeding further into the bracket. Dan repping the Hi Mom tag, a classic staple of being on live TV.
And definitely Rob is a character we haven't seen from Dan in a very long time, actually.
Now I always categorize Dan's characters. His Rob is super defensive, likes to stay back, likes to throw projectiles, waiting for that punish opportunity, tilting his opponents. I mean, getting hit by a little Toys R Us top 5 times is going to tilt anybody.
And it's definitely interesting for Dan because as a player, his playstyle is typically very aggressive.
Tim doing a very good job with these back airs right now, controlling tons of space right now. Dan trying to find some recovery.
They're just trying to apparently foot beats booster rocket.
Trying to go for all the money right there, getting that up smash. Oh no, and he dives for silver off the stage but makes it back.
Ooh, but Rob's top definitely creating some space.
Yeah, I always like to call Rob's top the annoyance because, oh no, system malfunction there as Rob goes down, dropping that first stock.
Very uncharacteristic SD, but it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, given Rob's recovery, he needs to start it up, and it's one of the slowest recoveries, and he's pretty much a sitting duck through the entirety of all of it. He can throw out some counterattacks, but it has a gas mechanic. Like any car, once it runs out of gas, it stops working. And he gives him the thrusters right there, taking that first stock off of Tim.
Very nice, keeping Tim in shield at the top, but then immediately going for the up smash. Dan striking back, saying he's not out of this just yet.
Ooh, grabbing the top for himself, then dropping it as he's grabbed.
In any matchup against Rob, it's very important to learn how to deal with projectiles, including that top. Because if you take it away from Rob, it's a tool he doesn't have.
Tim trying to find his way in with these back airs, and it's one of Ryu's safest approach options. That down throw, yep, it's going to be into a guaranteed up air, known as the beep boop, as many smashers like to call it. Down throw is the beep, and the up air is the boop.
Dan definitely utilizing this top.
Wow, wow, he still got it, and he manages to take that game 1. Wow, I didn't think that, after he missed the first up smash, I didn't think he was going to get the second one, but I guess Ryu didn't tech as he hit the ground, so he bounced up, which allowed the up smash to continue. Really good stuff from Dan right there.
Yep, I also thought that he missed his window for that up smash, but Dan proving us wrong. Definitely going to see what Tim can do in this next game to bring it back.
And we might be seeing a character switch.
Because Tim definitely also has a cloud. But,
no, sticking to his guns with Ryu. I definitely agree. I don't think Ryu was the particular problem in this set. It was just that Dan was able to wall him out incredibly, but we're going to be taking it back to game 2.
All right, let's see what both players have. But all right, Town and City. Very interesting choice for both characters. Very low ceiling.
Very favorable stage for Ryu, as he can kill off the top a bit easier. However, it kind of also aids Rob a tad bit as well, given that one of Rob's finishing moves is the beep boop, as I mentioned previously, and that can kill at very early percents.
The up air, the up smash. Rob also loves killing off the top. But Ryu definitely has more confirmed into his kill moves, specifically True Shoryuken.
Wow.
Like that. What? Very good shield from Dan.
Going for the DP a bit early there, and that almost got him killed. Gonna try and make it. Dan has been doing such a good job of catching all of Tim's landings during this set. Every time Tim throws an unsafe aerial, wow, is he going to continue this?
Very strong down air coming out from Tim, telling Dan to back off him, give me some space.
Wow, and the dash attack coming out real quick. Not going to do it just yet, though. Tim is being kept off stage. Wow, excellent setup.
Yep, getting caught by the top, just thrown down at the ledge. For those of you that don't know, when Rob throws his top, and it hits and it throws it down and it hits the opponent, it will send the opponent wherever Rob is facing.
And massive amounts of damage right now being tacked on that Tim. Yeah, Tim has to be watching his ledge get-ups a bit better. I noticed he's been hit by that gyro twice this set. Oh, he's got to make sure he's get those confirms with Shoryuken.
And he definitely needs to deal with the top a lot more. He's been doing so much free damage in this set.
In the air dodge right there, not going to quite get it just yet. Ooh, Dan's saying, I'm trying to end this right now. I need to be home in time for dinner.
But once again, the top coming in very clutch for. Oh, that's going to be a punish.
Oh, no.
Never mind. Rob's down tilt coming out very quickly.
Yeah, Tim needs to find this kill right here because it's looking very, very dire for him as Dan just needs one more confirm.
Yep, Rob is having all this rage with Ryu at a high percentage. Definitely a scary spot for both players.
Oh, the down smash.
Not going to take it just yet. Send him the other direction.
Oh, see, the same ledge get up again. He keeps getting up neutrally, and that's letting the gyro hit him, and he reads the roll. Wow.
All right. Definitely that top coming in, being a very potent tool in this matchup against Tim. Tim just can't seem to know how to handle it currently.
Yeah, Dan was all over him like Justin Bieber in a room full of 12-year-olds. It's crazy stuff happening right there. And,
all right, so here we have game 3, possibly Tim's last game of this tournament. No character changes once again. All right, we'll see what stage they pick. All right, Lilac Cruise. All right, let's see this third game. As mentioned before, Lilac Cruise, a very janky stage. A lot can happen on this stage.
And as we saw before, Dan just barraging with 21% already tacked onto Tim. Tim needs to find this way through the wall of projectiles and attacks that Dan has been throwing at him, and this is the stage to do it on. However, every whiff that Tim has is going to be punished. Excellent use of the focus right there, but Dan is going to get the damage tacked on by that up smash right there.
Yeah, well, focus attack prevents you from taking knockback from any one hit. You will take decreased damage, I believe.
And right there, that gyro being thrown up right there, not going to quite do it. Just Tim seeming to find the same problem. Wow, that down
that it?
That's not going to do it just yet. He needed a little more percent.
A little more percentage. Rob could still recover, but the Shoryuken recovery going to deal on some extra percentage.
And as you can see, this is actually a very favorable pick for Tim. As you saw, the stage tilting is actually blocking Dan's gyro from doing more than it can. However, as I say that, the up air is going to wrap up that first stock right there. Dan now on the winning stock for this set.
Very...
Wow!
Oh, very good. And as I mentioned before, I was in props to Dan for getting spiked and maintaining his mentality, not getting too spooked, able to recover, but once again, getting spiked. It's got to be in his head a little bit.
Going off stage every time, he's finally taking advantage of Rob's recovery being so poor, but that down air no jump, and that's going to be the set. Quick game right there.
Quick game 3. Ryu side B has a recovery move. Strong move for recovery from the sides, but he's very vulnerable on the top, as you just saw with that spike from Rob.
Yeah, clean 3-0 coming right there from Dan. Brutalizing stuff for Tim there.
Yeah, Dan's going to continue his winning streak against Tim. But a very good adaptation from both players. But all right, back to you, Anders.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Dan, who just won his semifinal, going on to the finals now. Congratulations. I know big rivalry there between the two of you guys. So what was your thought going into the match?
When I graduate, I'm going to miss that rivalry. You know, it's like we go at it all the time. Me and Tim have been great pals since freshman year, you know. It's actually, I'm getting a little emotional now because now that I think about it, you know, we're about to graduate. And it's not, you know, esports has bonded us over the years, and I'm just super happy that I got to play him. You know, I wasn't expecting him to win the first game, but he actually won, proved me wrong. You know, we're always trash talking each other, whatever. It's all in good spirit though, but I guess it's all for him, and it's up to me now to carry on the team. You know, but I'm really happy for him, and he played really well too. Like I was actually shook some of the games. He had a lot of trouble getting through my top, which is a big component to, you know, actually winning the Rob matchup. But overall, I think he did a pretty good job, and I love playing with him. He's the best, you know.
Thanks, Dan. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And thank you guys as well. Well, this is shaping up to be an epic finale. We'll be right back with more Ultimate Smashdown after these messages.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Smashdown. We've just finished off our first semifinals match, and I had the chance to speak with the winner of our match, and that was Dan. Now, before we get back into the next match, let's go to our panel.
Thanks again, Anders. Well, we just finished our first semifinals match. A lot of great stuff going on. Dan had a clean 3-0, though. What do you guys think about that?
The match between Dan and Tim is a match, it's a story as old as time. But I think this is just another chapter for a very long part of Tim just getting the hands.
That was a really short chapter. Because Dan basically mugged Tim. He beat him up. He walled him out with a bunch of projectiles from Rob. It's toolkit. And Tim is not a Smash 4 player, as he indicated, and he does not know these setups. So he just basically fell into them over and over, and that's how Dan thrived.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a lot of Dan adapting to individual options here and there, working with projectiles, but unfortunately Dan managed to mix things up very well, so Tim couldn't keep getting in. Yeah, it was just very difficult for Dan to sort of adapt at the rate that, or Tim to adapt at the rate Dan was adapting.
Ultimately speaking, I feel like the top is the real MVP. It kept Tim out for a very long time, allowed Dan to sit comfortably, control the flow of the match the entire way through, and it was his dance.
I definitely think the top is the MVP. You are correct. The top should deserve that win, not Dan.
As we said earlier, the Toys R Us top. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
I would like to see who's going to win the next match, because Dan does struggle with Alex, and I do believe that will be an exciting matchup in grand finals.
I hope these toys get discontinued because that looks dangerous.
All right, well, we'll see what happens next. Let's pop back to our host, Anders.
Thanks, Zach. Our second match of the semifinals is about to start, so let's get to know a little bit more about our next two contestants.
I'm Alex Rufer, currently ranked 4th on the Hofstra PR, from Pennsylvania, computer science and cybersecurity major at Hofstra University. Going on 21 soon. I think that's huge for esports in general. It's just the impact of the internet, getting people together, getting people to watch it, and then communicating and developing games beyond that. Being able to communicate is huge. My only piece of advice to people like that is that you will never feel ready for your own tournament. Like, you won't be ready for your second tournament or your third tournament or any tournament after that. I wasn't ready for this tournament. The match that I played in order to qualify for top 6 was against Dr. McMario. He played Bowser, I played Luigi. That's an even match at 50-50. Not too bad, not too good. The character that I like the least to meet in bracket is definitely Mewtwo. He has been a problem since day one.
My name is Michael Punge. I'm one of the head TOs at Hofstra Esports. I'm making it to finals. It was very worrisome, but I ended up getting the win. Sheik to me felt like a character that was really fun, very fast, so she felt like home for me. I can combo Donkey Kong very easily, like that's no issue at all. If I mess up and DK comes back and does an signature combo, I'm basically dead. All the players that play competitive are now being treated with more respect, especially from big companies, and now they're being treated like football players, for example. Competitive gaming changed my life. Now I'm technically considered top 5 in Hofstra for Melee. And I'm really happy with that.
All right, now that we know more about the players, let's take it over to our commentators for the second semifinals matchup.
All right, thanks, Anders. All right, so here we have, as you just saw, Alex versus Michael, and this is historically a completely even matchup at 2-2.
Yeah, very interesting considering that, as Michael mentioned previously, he's mostly a melee player. So the fact that he's so versatile that he can take names in both games is certainly something that might be able to aid him at this tournament. Given how we saw him before against Mark, I can guarantee that we're going to be in quite for show, but do not sleep on Alex because his punish game is lethal, and that's really all I got to say.
All right, let's get into this first game. All right, both of these players having a plethora of characters under their belt, but for this first game, we are seeing Charizard piloted by Alex and Marth piloted by Mike.
Okay, so very unorthodox for Alex. I've never really seen his Charizard. However, I have seen Mike's Marth has been around for well over 2 years now, so he's definitely got a lot of experience under his belt.
It's a very clean Marth. Marth being such a potent character of his tipper. For those of you who do not know, Marth's sword has a sweet spot on the tip of his sword to where it will do maximum damage and knockback.
As we can see here, trying to get that start-off combo. Charizard has a down throw into forward air combo that was going to be displayed before, but I think the platform mucked it up a bit. That allowed Mike to get out of it. And right now,
Alex trying to gain some momentum there, but Mike saying no to that. Charizard having a hard time getting in against that sword, and no tech on that stage spike there.
Though my boy has wings, he didn't seem to drink enough Red Bull to make it back to the stage. And now Punch is running away with this first stock right here.
Charizard also not really known for flying, ironically. Thanks, Pokemon. Anyhow.
Right now, already overlapping him in percent right now. Doing a great job of just outranging Charizard with this sword. This unorthodox counter pick not working out too well for Alex thus far, but since this set is best of 5, he has a little bit more room and time to experiment.
Traditionally, this is a much better matchup for Charizard if this was Charizard versus Cloud, but a Marth's definitely a different story.
Trying to go for all the marbles right there.
Back air? Not gonna take it just yet.
So also fun fact, you said the same thing about the tipper on Marth's sword. Charizard's back air actually has a tipper on it as well that can do things just like that. And wrapping up that first stock right there.
Commentator's curse once again.
It's gonna happen.
Told you to be back.
Almost as certain as death and taxes.
Almost as certain. But Alex has quite the wall to climb right now, but Charizard has a few confirms out of his grabs. Nothing too fancy, but any percentage is welcome.
The problem with Charizard being so big-bodied is that he has a hard time landing and he makes him a big, giant flying target. Alex is doing a great job of getting these grabs on the ground, but if he never touches the ground, how is he supposed to get these grabs?
Yep. And edgeguard situation. Ooh, very good awareness by Alex, jumping over the forward smash.
Also great awareness right there by Mike, managing to jump over. Alex was definitely looking for the air dodge right there. Just couldn't get it. Ooh, lots of forward smashes.
Very good
Oh my, that was so close, but at the very last second, getting that one frame link and into the forward smash.
Sour spot forward smash, going to take that first stock.
Things were starting to look a little bit bleak there for Mike as he was approaching death percent. If Charizard's back air hit him towards the edge of the stage, that could have been curtains for him.
Yeah, but definitely both of these players have a lot of characters, as mentioned before, so maybe might see some character changes. And Alex definitely more comfortable with Luigi, as he just went to, but he also has Meta Knight under his belt as well for the possible future. But these players fighting for the last spot in our finals to play against Dan.
Now the issue I can see in this matchup potentially as well is that Marth has a sword. As you can see, Luigi has nothing in his hands, so that sword is definitely going to beat him out most of the time. Alex is going to want to get that grab where he can tack on tons of damage. If you're a Luigi main, you got to know, your opponent has to know that they're going to be taking a lot of damage once Luigi gets his hands on you.
Luigi's just an Italian plumber who also busts ghosts in his free time.
And now is a balloon expert apparently, given the recent Mario Odyssey update.
Ooh, Luigi Cyclone, one of Luigi's most potent moves.
Right there. And he has him off stage. Luigi also has very lethal edge guarding. Like you said before, mentioning Luigi Cyclone, that can actually send characters into an immaculate amount of hit stun, which basically means nobody can press any buttons or do anything. So it's really good to catch characters off stage with it because it can secure Alex's stock.
Yep, Luigi loves pressuring characters off stage. I don't know if you saw it before, but ooh, did not like that forward smash.
Excellent patience right there by Mike to not run in directly up smash. Alex also likes to thrive heavily off of mind games, waiting for his opponent to do something stupid. He'll throw out a blatantly dumb option, but his opponents will run into it most of the time if they're not prepared.
Alex definitely has to watch out for that shield breaker on Marth. For Marth's neutral B, where he pushes out his sword, fully charged, that can one-shot any character's shield.
Alex is doing a great job of keeping his space right now, not letting Poonj in too much with these fireballs. However, he's now off stage. Oh my gosh, and that is actually a one-frame move. You have literally a 1/60th of a second to get that down air spike right there, and he managed to hit it.
Very good punish by Poonj, but Alex not quite getting the Luigi Cyclone spike that he wanted. Sorry, free fall, not a spike.
Now there, Alex is going to be trying to up smash right there. As I say it, taking that first stock off of Mike. Stocks are now even here on Town and City.
The Mario brothers definitely loving their forward, up smashes, excuse me. They have invincibility on their heads, because why not?
Getting the grab right there. Big damage about to come out. Only 27% though, not going to quite get in the next looking hits, but he gets another grab. Dash attack off the stage.
I love that move. It's so silly to look at.
It's not one of Luigi's best moves, but as Luigi flails his arms wildly, he can get the opponent out of there.
It's very in character for Luigi.
Ooh, tried to get the grab, reading the roll from ledge. Not going to quite get it though.
Oop. Luigi just menacingly, oh, is that it?
No,
and that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
As we mentioned earlier, Luigi Cyclone can just take a character's jump and put them in the free fall.
If you are
way
caught
too long.
off stage without that jump, it's like your mom catching you coming in at 3 in the morning when you're past your curfew. It is over for you. Lights out.
Over. There's
You're
no
done.
hope.
It's over.
You're grounded for a month. At least.
No TV, no Xbox. Don't even thinking about going to hang out with Johnny on Saturday. It's not going to happen.
Oh man, I love Johnny. Johnny's my favorite.
I know, but
we have game 3, even set so far. Mike switching to Sheik.
Now I like this a lot more. Luigi tends to struggle a lot with Sheik, and Sheik definitely does a lot better off stage against Luigi. He's going to have to work a bit harder, as Sheik doesn't really have as much of the X factor as Marth has with his tipper. Sheik does have a tipper up smash, but Sheik needs to tack on a lot of damage before she can get that kill, or she's going to have to get lucky catching Alex off stage.
And one of the big issues in this matchup for Sheik is that Luigi's Nair comes out so fast, as you just saw. Comes out very fast, stays out for very long, and Sheik wants to be close to her opponent. Same with Luigi. So if Luigi's ever being comboed by a Sheik, Luigi can throw out Nair and just end that combo.
I'm liking the needle of pressure a lot from Mike. He knows that by using this projectile, he can kind of keep Alex at bay. because if Luigi gets his hands on Sheik, which is under the category of being a fast faller, which means she falls a bit faster, it makes it a lot more lethal because Luigi can just combo her into oblivion.
Exactly, and now we have an offstage situation where Luigi loves to keep his opponents.
Finishing on stage, not gonna quite get it though. Alex running away with this first stock right here as he's anticipating all the get-ups that Mike is doing on stage.
You have good patience though, not running into that forward smash. Just gonna throw out the Nitos.
Trying to see in the future like Raven Simone with that up smash. Not gonna quite get it just yet though. Oh, and the up smash, the plumber's noggin is gonna knock off that first
Speaking
stock.
of seeing to the future, commentator's curse once again. Ooh, good pivot grab by Mike.
Oh, he tried to go for the vanish right there. Not gonna quite get it just yet.
Second hit of vanish gonna keep him from getting punished. Very nice.
This forward smash keeping Luigi off stage. Now this is exactly what Sheik wants, to keep Luigi at the ledge because her ledge trapping is so immaculate. However, not being able to get it right there.
Ooh. Oh, and very interesting.
He keeps trying to go for that read, but I think he's in the wrong library right now, Daryl, as he's not able to get that.
Like we're looking for the public library. He's in the Library of Congress. Yep, once again.
I would like to see down throw up air maybe, as that's a lot more reliable of a 50-50 kill option. That's, wow, doing so much damage off stage with that recovery right there.
For those of you who do not know, Luigi's up B has a sweet spot at the beginning of it, but in the air it does significantly less damage and knockback, but still, very potent move.
Now, this is where she kind of struggles to kill a bit, because now Luigi is in the dwindling percents where she really can't link any of her combos together, and needs to just get one straight hit for that kill. And as I say that again, the up air coming out to wrap up that first stock from Alex.
Sean just cursing and blessing all the contestants tonight.
I gotta like get in the fortune telling business or something, because this is ridiculous right now.
A very good match by Alex on that grab.
Trying to link that back air right there. That might have been the finisher if he was able to get it. No fear with those needles. Not gonna quite do it just yet.
Short hop back air from Luigi coming out very quickly. Ooh.
Wow. And that was what is known as a ledge trump. Basically, when two characters on the ledge at specific times, the first character on the ledge gets popped off, and that can link it to a lot of kill options. I know that's a classic favorite kill of Alex's, and as you saw, planting both boots directly into Sheik's face, and Sheik is out of there.
Yeah, and when you get ledge trumped, you cannot act for several frames? I'm not quite, I don't
Several
quite
frames. You literally can't press any buttons.
Yep. So that was a free punish by Alex with the good timing on that ledge trump. But here we are, game 4? Yes, game 4. Back to Battlefield.
As we can see that, yeah, I don't think the stage, I think the stage is very, very good for Sheik, so I don't see a reason why Mike would switch. And it's very, in the best of fives where there's no bans, meaning you cannot take a stage off of the field from your opponent, it's very good to be winning on disadvantageous stages as it gives you an early lead and it exhausts the amount of resources other characters can use. I think he tried to go for the ledge trump back in there, not gonna quite get it just yet.
But dead even game at the moment, but Luigi Cyclone coming in clutch, creating some space, giving Alex that opportunity to come in. Once again, Alex loves this Cyclone move.
Cyclone definitely a very interesting mix-up option that Alex is using to get in on Mike. Mike hasn't really been able to deal with it as he's been dropping shield a bit earlier than he needs to. And with Sheik, you need to make sure that every hit you has counts because you need to tack on your damage and get out of there.
And Alex making very good use of these back airs. He's planning, and once again, killing with that up smash.
Yeah, roll is a very slow option to be doing from the ledge and can be caught by Luigi's up smash quite nicely if he can react in time. I'd like to see more jumping from ledge, maybe holding up on his analog stick so he can get a lot of height to go over Luigi because any way you slice it, if it's a neutral getup, he's gonna get grabbed or F smashed or something like that, and if he rolls, he's gonna catch that head from Luigi real quick.
And we keep seeing Mike go for these sweet spot up smashes on the platform, but he is just either too early or too late every single time. You might want to mix up his options.
Ooh, trying to go for the triple bouncing flish. No jump from Luigi. He has to use his mash, and no, that is not going to be it.
For those of you who do not know, Luigi, very good recovery, but only if he keeps his second jump.
Yeah, he's very susceptible to getting gimped afterwards, and if he's without his jump, you're going to have to mash like a madman to get back on stage.
Yeah, very few characters can go as deep as Luigi can off stage to edgeguard him, but Sheik being one of those characters and Mike putting that to good use.
Right now, finally getting that grab and tacking on an immaculate amount of damage. Trying to go for that bouncing fish right there, but he gets the nair, and that's gonna be it.
That's gonna be it.
Yeah, so Luigi's up B, he has a lot of vertical on it, but not that much horizontal. He just kind of has to float gently to the bottom of the blast zone, and that'll wrap up the game. So now, I believe this is a set point for Mike, and he needs one more game to take this and break the even record.
And definitely a nice adaptation we saw by Mike, because he was using more bouncing fish, but also nairing out of it. because Nair for Sheik is also a move that stays out for a very long time and doesn't send too far, doesn't hit your opponent way too far, but it's a nice gimping option.
Absolutely, Daryl. And I believe we're going into Town and City.
Town and City for our...
potentially the last game of this set here. The fun fact, Town and City has a much lower ceiling than all the stages in this game. Even Dreamland. It may not look like it, but yeah.
And those platforms do not stay where they are for too long. So definitely a factor that has played into a factor, in many different games.
Why Alex picks this stage? It's seeming to work out a little bit, but it's also very good for Sheik as well, who can kill off the top with her mix-ups using up air. That Cyclone Punch finally not falling for it for that time. However, he gets stuck on the stretcher and needs to make his way slowly back to the stage.
Yeah, but if you are not careful, if you let the platform take you away, it will take your stock.
Securing that up air right there, just packing on so much damage. Yeah, she just wants to chip away at you as much as she can until she can finally just finish off that stock. Alex not trying to find a way in somehow, finally getting it with that nair right there.
Ooh, very good bouncing fish. Keeping Luigi from edge guarding Sheik. Oh.
Back throw, not gonna do it just yet. That could have been very scary though.
The Mario Brothers have very strong back airs.
Okay, excellent get up attack, not rolling this time. It seems, wow, and the diamond cutter coming out. The Rockefeller right there, gonna be nailing that stock right there.
Very good awareness by Mike to shield the entirety of Luigi Cyclone.
Now this is the exact spot that Mike really wants to be in. He is winning all these trades against Luigi. He's now up a stock, so any more damage really tacked onto him can really just give him a little bit more of a percent on Bebop, trying to get that sweet spot there.
Yep, just missing the sweet spot of that up B.
So instead of killing Sheik and making her explode in a fire explosion, Luigi just nails himself a little bit of pocket change for lunch money.
Still a little bit of Sheik's lunch money. We do not condone that here, but...
I wonder what they eat in Hyrule. I only ever see them drink things.
Ooh, up smash, gonna take that stock.
Plumber's Noggin. I think Luigi has like a brick in his hat or something because she flew into the blast zone. Would you say precisely 12 bricks maybe fly?
12 is a generous number, but I can see it.
And
a lot of space in that hat.
A lot of trading going on right now. More than an elementary school lunchroom when people were trading around those Yu-Gi-Oh cards that everyone used to back in the day.
Back in the day, or keep doing it today.
In Hosh's case, still now.
I don't have an addiction. Anyhow, back into the game.
Right there, trying to nail that bouncing fish. Not gonna quite get it. Alex trying desperately to read it. Another trade going off right there, though. And getting that forward air, nailing it. Just more and more damage being tacked onto Luigi.
Alex using these back airs very well.
Excellent awareness by Michael. Oh, what?
He uses jump, is that it?
Okay, so what happened there is actually he traded with the up B, and it actually flipped him. He did another input and swiped him off stage. That was incredible. Mike gonna be taking that 3-1 over Alex, securing himself a spot in the finals.
A very good game by both contestants, well-fought matches, good adaptations on both sides. And a lot of janky things has happened when Luigi is on the screen. Luigi being very janky in his moves and personality. But all right, that's all we have for now. Back to you, Anders.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Mike. Now going on to the finals and the upset there. What were you seeing in that match?
Honestly, he was trying to disrespect me game one, like going Charizard. That's why I went Mars instead of Sheik. But after I won, I knew as soon as he won Luigi, I knew it was all over.
What was the turning point for you in that match?
After I got the Smash out of shield when he tried to Cyclone me.
What makes him so hard to defeat as a character and as a player overall?
He is a really good combo game, especially with his Luigi. His deep pockets. He's just a really overall solid player. There's a reason why he's ranked, I think, 4th on our PR.
How much does it help you that you have all those other characters in your back pocket, like Marth, who you're able to use in that match?
It really helps because some characters really give me a tough time, like Donkey Kong. That's why I need the Marth.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Once again, Mike now going to the finals, and we look forward to seeing you there, where you will compete with the winner of our next match for the grand prize, $100 Visa gift card. We'll be right back with more of Ultimate Smashdown right after this.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
What was that? Let's go! Oh no! Come back, Chief! It's all good.
Smash 4 just holds a special place in my heart.
This is like the biggest it's ever been, so I'm pretty happy for Austria.
Four is a lot better, bringing sort of just a group of people together to play both competitively and have a good time.
Oh my God, he's sick!
So now let's send it back to Zach and the gang, who will break down this upcoming championship matchup, guys.
Sounds good, Anders. Now we know that Mike and Dan are going to be competing in the finals together. A lot of great games we saw. What do you guys think so far?
That last match is what we in the business call a slobber knocker.
Certainly. Straight from wrestling, it was destruction. Mike got a one-frame move, and it was even harder because it's even harder to get Luigi's up B because he's intangible for like part of it. And it's great to see him here in the finals versus Dan. And I love the play from both of them.
Yeah. Something I saw a lot was when the players were in the advantage state, they managed to play very well. You know, when they were in the lead, they pushed that advantage very well. And when they lost the lead, their opponents started pushing it well. What do you think was kind of the turning point in any of these games?
I feel like Mike just came fully prepared for this event. There's something different about his play tonight. He's looking like a man possessed, and I really like seeing him play like this.
I believe the turning point was when Alex picked Bowser. That is not Ash's Charizard. My bad.
Yeah.
But it's definitely,
that's not a character.
It's not his character. He threw a game away, and I believe it costed him the set. It was the last game, and he just gave it away.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to see the conclusion of Ultimate Smashdown. Back to you, Anders.
All right, thanks, Zach. The final match is almost underway, so for one last time, let's send it down to our casters, Daryl and Sean.
All right, thanks, Anders. But before we get into our last match, we're going to have a quick recap of tonight's events.
All right, so to recap quickly, Triff making a stunning upset over Just Live Cinema. I mean, Tim over Marlon, rather. I used their tags. And then Dan taking it over Tim to secure himself a place in the finals. And Mike clawing his way impressively through the other side of the bracket as he took out Mark and Alex as well, who was seen as the favorite in that matchup as he was propelled to be further in the tournament. But now here we are in the finals, Dan or Mike. Fun fact, these two have only played one time. Dan holds a 1-0 count over him in sets right now. So not too much experience. So it's going to be pure adaptation, just raw Smash Brothers, and I'm really excited to see the conclusion of this entire event.
Both players have fought really hard to get here, and let's get into this final match. All right, so we have Donkey Kong versus Marth on Final Destination.
Okay, so this is a character that Dan has actually been able to do a lot with lately. Basically, the name of the game for Donkey Kong is 3 interactions. Once he's got your opponent in that sweet spot percentage, he will hit what is known as a ding-dong, which is he grabs you, throws you up, and he up-airs you. He did back air there, but it looks a little something like that, basically.
If Donkey Kong being a very big character is very successful, excuse me, he can get hit very often, but all he needs is a few confirms, and he can take the stock.
So when applying for this job, Mike has one thing in his job description, and that's don't get grabbed at all. He's going to want to wall out Donkey Kong, wait for him to whiff his moves, and treat his character like glass. Because Marth is now entering that percentage where he can be grabbed, thrown upward, and just ding-donged into oblivion.
But DK has more tools in his kit than just a grab. That back air, one of the fastest back airs in the game, he just throws that foot out.
I really like that footstool right there by Mike. Just getting a nice little jump off of Donkey Kong's head, not being able to do it. And he waits for the air dodge and gets the backer to seal out that first stock. Now this is putting Dan in a great position. He can just tack on damage freely without worrying about his last stock being taken. And already we're seeing that.
Dan showing he's not a one-trick pony who's going for grabs. He's able to secure stocks in other ways.
Managing to get that one dude jab conversion. Mike trying to find some way to finish this stock. Not going to quite do it. And as you saw previously in Mike's profile, we've said that he hates Donkey Kong. He absolutely loathes this character.
And that is why.
That is why he hates this character, because with a minimum of 3 interactions, you are done. It is over. So that's the game 1 already going to Dan in convincing fashion right there.
Very quick game 1. Donkey Kong can just snowball his opponent very quickly, especially when he has rage, as he did on that second stock.
And now we're seeing the switch to Sheik. Many regard this to be a very controversial matchup. Some say it's even, given Sheik's fastball nature, as she can be hit. But given that Donkey Kong is a big target, he could be whisked off stage and attacked indefinitely.
Yep, Sheik can be winning the entire game, but all it takes is a few interactions for Donkey Kong to secure the game. So we'll see which way this game goes, this game 2, in our finals.
Now, she can tack on as much damage as she wants to Donkey Kong, but since Donkey Kong builds up rage, it's going to make Sheik a bit more susceptible to getting killed at slightly different percentages. And she's got to be really careful about that, because Donkey Kong's just rippling with muscles right now, and Sheik looking like a toothpick about to be broken.
DK definitely has been hitting the gym in between Smash games. She definitely has to play scared, like almost most of this game, especially at higher percentage.
That pivot forward tilt right there, looking very clean from Mike. I don't know what, he may have taken like a Senzu bean before this this set or something like that, because he's looking on point today.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, always take your Senzu beans.
Ooh, and making it back to stage.
Ooh, Dan looking to get a lot of percentage with that forward smash.
Had the right read with that roll right there, but not going to quite get it just yet as he gets that sour spot down there. Ooh, okay, see? So, fun fact right there, that setup Dan just went for can actually break shields. Wow, look at all those perfect pivots coming out from Mike right there.
Ooh, Mike once again going for the random up smash in neutral.
Oh no!
And once again, he's gonna get punished for it.
Okay, I like that.
Very good mash.
Dan, great awareness by Dan by knowing that he cannot get the ding dong anymore, so he's opting for his next option, which is carry Sheik off stage, throw her into the stage, and hoping that Mike's reaction time is that of a dead cat.
Dead cat's not known for reacting very well to most things.
That backer right there, gonna be taken off stage. Lots of trades going on, which is really good for Sheik, more so.
Oh, and the upbeat, not gonna take him. Sheik doesn't.
Now we have a little
very
thing
good job
we say,
for Mike holding his jump.
We have a little thing we say in show business about taunting, is that if you taunt, you get bodied.
Yep.
And that is exactly what happened right there. However, Mike retaliating with a taunt of his own right there. Both these guys are disrespecting each other on live TV right now.
It is one of the most true combos in this game, taunt to get absolutely bodied, as we saw right there.
And right now this is looking really good. Unless DK gets some sort of big hit, he cannot kill Sheik. Not gonna do it. So Sheik is just free to tack on as much damage as she wants on a Donkey Kong.
But that up tilt, gonna take that first stock. DK saying, get out of my face.
Literally swatting Sheik away like a fly, as if she were just a mere pest. And that can feel like that sometimes. Sheik is probably the Smash equivalent of your little brother poking you like 17 times. You're like,
yeah,
dude,
because
just
Sheik will
stop
just
already.
carry you across the stage of all these weak fares that don't do too much to you, but just like, can you leave me alone, please?
Can you please get out of my face?
I'm gonna tell Mom, stop.
Getting Donkey Kong off stage right now. Not too much damage on Sheik. This ledge trap. Oh, just giving him the space he needs, and that could be doom. Interesting up smash right there. Wasn't going to really lead into anything but more damage. And that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yep. The accidental input off stage gonna drag Donkey Kong too close to the blast zone to recover.
And now we're at an even 1-1. Looks like the character swap is working out a bit better for Mike than it did beforehand.
Mike seems much more comfortable with his Sheik, even in an uncomfortable matchup such as this one.
I mean, he's only had one set in preparation, which was against Alex, and given how clean that his Sheik is looking this game, I can see him taking this entire event if Dan does not make adjustments to his play.
But right now we're on Counting City, and once again, the low ceiling definitely going to be favoring Donkey Kong. He's going to be able to kill with his guaranteed throw kill, the Ding Dong, very early.
And right now, those needles being doing a ton of damage thus far. I like the corner spot that Mike has been taking a lot. It's not giving Dan a lot of options. Either his Donkey Kong can dash attack. See, every time he goes to center stage, oh, that could be it! Oh my gosh!
God. And there you see it, ladies and gentlemen, why Mike hates this matchup.
That stock going away quicker than any pieces of cake in my house. It is just gone.
And that is why Dan wanted this stage. Donkey Kong, very terrified.
That is looking very good for Dan right now. Oh, the double
my
back
goodness.
air. I don't know if he took his jump right there, but Donkey Kong having a great horizontal recovery, making it back. I like what Mike's doing though, not letting it tilt him, just trying to make it back as best as he can. And I like how he's darting in and out with these little hits. You're seeing he's not overcommitting too hard, so Dan cannot get that grab that he so desperately desires.
Ooh, very good patience on that bouncing fish. Oh, he went for it again.
That would have been amazing.
Oh, and that's going to be it.
Already evening up the game. That was a crazy first stock, but he brought it all the way back so quickly.
Tonight, Mike has been so consistent with staying in the right mindset, not letting himself get tilted by his opponent.
I'd say out of all the players that I've seen tonight, he's been the one who has gone fishing the least. He has not tried overextending for any of these finishing hits. And as a Sheik main, you are bred with patience.
Ooh, very good up B. Gonna knock Sheik out of that attempted neutral air.
Now percentages are evening up a bit more. However, it is a completely flat stage, so it doesn't give Mike any places to run, but that doesn't seem to be phasing him as he's just getting more and more damage, catching every landing that Dan has.
And while this may look like Sheik is in the lead, not by any stretch of the imagination, Donkey Kong just needs a few hits, and this is his game.
I dare say this game is even, and this is why!
And that's it. Once again, you see Donkey Kong's strengths. How terrifying he is on platforms.
Stocks can be like that. He was at 56% when he got grabbed, Daryl. That is a percentage that no one should be dying at, but those platforms and the low ceiling of Town and City aiding Dan there, just stealing that game from Mike.
There are crazier things that can happen in this game, and you, ladies and gentlemen, are seeing some of them tonight.
And now, this could be potentially the tournament point right now for Dan as he needs one more game to win. We're taking it to Dreamland, who many say has a low ceiling, but it's actually just because of the fact that the stage is so high up in comparison to the bottom of it.
The bottom and the side blast zones just seem to be much bigger than the top blast zone.
And right now, Sheik swiping more than someone on Tinder. He's getting the damage in so consistently right now with those forward airs.
Sheik loves her Tinder
right.
combos.
Swipe up, swipe this, no, oh, found the match. And the match right now seems to be Donkey Kong. It's just getting these hits. An interesting trade right there to kind of break them apart.
The back air knocking Sheik out of that grab.
Now Sheik is at a very dangerous percent right now as one grab could lead into a demise.
Sheik has to play out of her mind in this matchup.
Mike has to play out of his mind. He's sitting here with $100 on the line and doing crazy things like that.
Ooh, very good spot dodge on the grab.
Wow, the preemptive grenade. Where did that grenade come in?
We did not even see that grenade come out.
He literally tagged him in. He was like, yo, Deku Nut, can you help me out here, bro?
But Mike just chasing Dan all the way across the stage. But a neutral reset.
Dan right there going deeper than a 3 a.m. conversation to try and pick up this kill. Not going to quite nailing it just yet.
Wow, okay, and now reset back to neutral. And that back air is not going to take it just yet.
Not just yet. Excellent DI from Mike, and that bouncing fish coming out of nowhere
very
right there.
brave. Well, we even have the in-game crowd cheering. This is a very intense match.
I like that. Scoping out for the air dodge and the jump. Wow. My man is on a tightrope
That back
right
air is
now.
going to take that stock, and now this is a very scary situation for Sheik.
This could be tournament stock right here, as Dan is not quite out of it yet. Trying to go for the vanish, not going to nail it. I would like to see less committal options like up air, though Sheik can get back to ground quickly. That up air is going to be more consistent in finishing off if he can just link the first hit and just staring right at him.
Just barely misses the vanish.
Trying to get the air dodge read right there and deploying that forward air to cover the ledge quite nicely.
A bouncing fish gonna take that sock.
Evening up the game right there, but I'd say this is a lot scarier for Mike than it is for Dan. Dan just needs a few interactions and he doesn't have to worry about dying too early unless he goes a bit too deep off stage. He's gonna have to be very careful when going into this. And with
bouncing fish once again being a very strong move by Sheik, and you wouldn't think a bouncing fish would be as useful or terrifying.
Wow,
Ooh,
just
very
calling
good
him out with that up smash. This could, excellent mash out right there by Mike.
For those of you who do not know, if you are grabbed, if you mash buttons fast enough, you can break out of your
This could be it.
That
is it. That is the whole event.
Daniel Zavala is our winner for the Ultimate Smashdown. Very good stuff from every contestant tonight.
Everyone played immaculately today, but Dan and his Donkey Kong just proving to be the most fearsome competitor out there, giving it his best efforts, having to claw through an extra match in the bracket as well. That was actually Mike's third. Dan only having 2 sets to climb through bracket and just taking it all with his Donkey Kong. Great stuff right there.
Great stuff from every contestant we had tonight. Shout out to Michael, who did very well tonight, as well as did everyone else. And back to you, Anders.
Thank you, guys. We're now joined by our tournament champion, Dan. Congratulations, Dan.
Woo! Let's go, Dan! Yeah.
How did that final match play out for you? It seemed like it was a lot closer.
Yeah. Let's go, Donkey Kong. Every Nintendo character, you know. Michael Punge, he's a great opponent, but I feel like he said in his interview, he hates Donkey Kong, and I felt like I knew his capabilities as a player as Sheik, but I just know that if I stay calm, let my rage accumulate, which is, as they explained before, you know, the more percent I get, the more farther I send back my opponent, and if I just stay calm, I know that I can beat Sheik. But overall, I was a little worried, I'm not going to lie. The last game, he was trying to catch up to me, but I think I did pretty well overall, and I got $100, I think, so I'm pretty psyched, yeah.
So a lot of big moments in this tournament. Which one stands out to you the most in your battles?
Like I said, I think my set with Tim was a little bit more frightening, only because against Ryu, the more damage he gets, you know, the easier he can kill me. But overall, I don't want to sound, you know, cocky or anything, but I thought it was pretty easy, you know, like, so, so yeah.
What was so important to you at that last stage? How are you able to utilize that and kind of help use the field to help to your advantage?
So as you guys saw, the third game, I believe, where I took him to Town and City, I killed him extremely early. I noticed that the stage was transitioning at the perfect moment. So what I did was I kind of guessed what he was going to do. So I grabbed him, threw him up, and he panicked. He thought I was going to up air him, but I grabbed him again. And since I was at the tip top of the stage, he died super early. But he also made a comeback. That game worried me as well. So shout out to all my friends, you know, in esports that I play with. You know, you guys always let me have a great time playing Smash with you guys. But it was great. I'm glad we did this event. This event was awesome. It was really fun and hype, you know. But
thanks, Dan, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Our tournament champion, Dan, of course. Now, before we wrap things up, let's send it down to our panel who's going to break down that final match.
Thank you, Anders. Wow, what an amazing win by Dan. That was really something to watch. What are you guys thinking so far?
Dan continues to be a demon to haunt Michael, because that was a phenomenal performance from him.
Yes, it was. Michael did put it all. He was the underdog in the situation. He was in the lower seed, and he managed to claw his way all the way to grand final. So great job to him.
Yeah, we saw despite the fact that he was the underdog, he had a lot of fighting force behind him. He did very well despite the fact that he lost, and he put forth a lot of good stuff that I like to see. What I liked a lot was his combo game with Sheik. He did a lot of cool stuff off the stage, moved around very freely, taking advantage of Donkey Kong's big size and slow speed. So what else did you guys see that you liked?
I think both players were very aware of the stage that they were on tonight, because they were both playing with a little extra pizzazz, trying to go for some spicy combos out there, and Dan definitely showing that he was the one to come out on top.
Dan definitely making the crowd go ooh with his Donkey Kong, and he's driving everybody bananas.
He had a lot of cool stuff he was going for, a lot of very interesting combos, some unconventional stuff, especially on the stage Town and City. We got the very early kill off the top. What was it, like 40-something%?
Like
that was wild.
It might as well have been 0, because
that was absolutely crazy. I have no words for that.
I think that was the moment right there where Dan just took the $100 Visa into his hands.
Yeah,
definitely.
So what did Dan do really well that you guys think kind of won in that game?
He knew that he had the lead. He knew that he was in Mike's head from the beginning, and he just rolled with the momentum forward.
Mike did state he hated Donkey Kong. He should not have let that fact known. I would have kept that a hidden secret close to the heart, and nobody would have known.
You think you revealed his biggest weakness too easily?
Yeah. It was like Superman with kryptonite. People just know.
Dan took that kryptonite and made such great use of it. Do you think that anything that Dan was weak on kind of played into that at all? What Poonj was thinking about?
I think Mike in general was just very aware of how to control the stage, and that's where he tried to center a lot of his play. But he didn't really get an opportunity to showcase a lot of that. It was in bits and pieces, though, and that's what made the set really fun to watch, because it seemed like at any moment he could turn the tides.
Certainly. Mike did fail a couple of edge guards. Dan was living to like 190, and he did make attempts to go out there, but he misread like many options, costing him the set.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, Rage is a very significant mechanic, and it really helped Donkey Kong there, allowing Donkey Kong to stay alive for very long, do lots of damage, and get very early kills against the Sheik. So it was very difficult for the Sheik player there. As far as stage picks goes, I'm kind of curious, why do you guys think he went to Dreamland in the end there?
That sits as an enigma for myself. It seemed like a very good stage for Dan in particular. So I don't know if it was a comfort pick for Michael, if he really wanted to try and turn things on their head by giving him a stage where he wouldn't be as comfortable, press him against the corner, maybe snapped back, but it really didn't work out for him in the end.
Personally, I thought he liked the music there. Kirby has
It's
some
got
great
good music. It's got a great soundtrack.
Definitely. But I don't see how it helped him. Maybe the music just inspired him.
I think Battlefield would have been way better because you've got the higher ceiling, so Donkey Kong can't really kill you. And since you're Sheik, you're not killing people very early anyway, so you might as well go to a stage that takes a very long time to get those percents knocked up high enough to actually take a stock on your opponent. Do you think the game would have gone differently if we saw the Battlefield pick there?
I think either the Battlefield pick would have made things different, but more importantly, a character pick might have made a difference. As mentioned by our commentators earlier, Sheik versus Donkey Kong is very volatile. So if we were to see anywhere deeper into Michael's pockets, we might have seen a different outcome.
Certainly. I would definitely like to see a Smashville pick if we do have another go-around next year. And I want to see these two players play again in the future.
It was mentioned earlier that they don't have a very large set count between each other, now sitting 2-0 in Dan's favor. So we'll see if Michael can bring it back next time if they ever get the opportunity.
Certainly.
You said you would have liked a different character pick. What did you have in mind?
I would have liked to see the Marth come back for another game. I feel like it was coming hot off of a win from Alex. If not that, maybe even seeing possibly a Rosalina pick. Go for something very strong against Donkey Kong.
Really? Does he play Rosalina at all? I actually haven't seen him play that character.
I've seen him dabble with the character, and I feel like if he went in with the momentum that brought him this deep into bracket, and with a little bit of confidence, I feel like it could have definitely made a good show tonight.
If not confident in the Marth, he definitely could have went with the Lucina. She does have a stronger blade, not at the tipper, but all throughout the sword, and he could have netted those kills a lot quicker.
Yeah, not to mention Donkey Kong's a character that's getting in on you a lot, so having the ability to not have to rely on tippers to get damage is very useful there. Any closing remarks, guys? Any final thoughts?
Unanimously, we all made the pick for Dan winning this tonight. I'm not going to front,
best placed early on.
but I think Dan made an excellent showing as to why that was such a confident pick from the three of us, so congratulations to him.
Congratulations to Dan. I hope you spend that $100 really good.
You know he won't.
No.
How's he going to spend it?
I don't know, but maybe with me.
We'll have to see. Anyway, that's all from us over here at the Ultimate Smashdown panel. It's been a thrill being here with all of you guys tonight. Back to you, Anders.
Thanks once again to Zach Jordan and the rest of the panel. I also want to thank our wonderful color commentators, Daryl Baker and Sean O'Hare, and of course, all of our spectacular contestants. And we can't forget a congratulations to Dan. Did a terrific job. He's going to be taking home the title of Ultimate Smashdown Champion and the grand prize of $100. Now here are some highlights from today. I'm Anders Jorstad, and thank you so much for being a part of Ultimate Smashdown. Signing off.
Are you serious?